Tough game, man. What can I say? Barcelona humble. I mean humble Bayern and humble Kompany, who has a big ego and cannot alter his tactics. Barcelona today smashing Bayern 4-1. And it's tough. I'm gonna stick with my boys. I think we'll be fine in the Champions League later on. We will win the league, in my opinion. But Bayern today getting crapped on by Barcelona. And I have to give all the credit to Barcelona. You guys, it sucks. We have to take this 4-1 on the chest, but we have to as Bayern fans, and if you're just a football fan in general, if you're not a Bayern fan, my dog just went by over there, you have to sit here and recognize the brilliance of this Barca team, and most importantly, the brilliance of Hansi Flick. You have to, because this is not a creation of, Barcelona and the players. This is all Hansi Flick. I need you to understand that. Hansi Flick is the best manager in the world, and I am willing to go out there and tell you right now, Hansi Flick is the greatest manager of all time. He is. I don't care what anyone says. Hansi Flick is the greatest manager of all time. I will say it, and I'm going to die I'm going to die on that hill until my time on this earth is done. Barcelona today were so good. Pressing. This is what you get with Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick ball is so great because he gets his players to fight, press, and go for the win every single second of every single match, full 90 minutes. You guys, it was the 90th minute. It's 4-1, and I think it was like Gavi or Casado or whoever was sprinting at Neuer to get the ball. Sprinting like his life depended on it. Like he had his family being held hostage back at home by the La Masia coaches. That's what Hansi Flick ball is. And with Hansi Flick, you get hardworking, suffocating, high press, high line, the beautiful offside traps today by Barcelona. Beautiful offside traps. You get that, but then you get exciting, attacking football. Brilliant players in the midfield playing out of the press. Tight, quick knit passing. Boom, 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 boom. Into the attack. And most importantly, what you get with Hansi Flick is goddamn efficiency. Being clinical. That's what you get from Hansi Flick. 4 shots, 4 big chances, 4 shots, 4 goals for Barcelona today. Rafinha hat-trick, bro. I have to give my apologies to Rafinha. I really thought Rafinha was a utility player. I didn't think it was that good. Hansi Flick is getting a side out of Rafinha that we have never seen before. 3 goals today, a hat-trick at home against Bayern. That's an iconic performance for him for Barca. And Barca, after all these years of getting clowned on since 8-2, since August of 2020, guys. Since August of 2020, it's been a solid 4 years where Barca fans were in the shadows. Barca fans couldn't really say we're coming for that Champions League. They weren't a team to be really taken seriously for 4 years, even when they won the league title. Now, Hansi Flick has brought these guys to the level of the best team in the world. Barcelona is the best team in the world. And I am going to be confident. I made a video, guys. I made a video in August telling you Barcelona will win La Liga. And I wasn't sure about the Champions League, but you guys, absolutely, I'm sure of it now. Barcelona will at least make a Champions League final this year. At least. I know it. Barcelona will at least make a Champions League final this year. I will call it right now. The football is too good. They don't even have their full squad. When they get their full squad, when they're at full power, this Barcelona team is going to be unstoppable. They will be unstoppable. So, Barcelona, amazing. Absolutely fantastic football. But Bayern fans, it sucks. We have to take the 4-1 on the chest. I'm going to get to our match ratings right now. A whole lot of doo-doo, a couple good performances from some players, but that second half performance was this, even though the second half scoreline was only 1-0, the first half performance when we were 3-1 down was a far better performance than whatever we just saw in that second half. Far better performance in the first half than in the second half for Bayern. So for Bayern, dude, Kompany, this is the thing, bro. I'm going to back Kompany. You know why I back Kompany? The football is good. He's trying to dominate. He's trying to impose his will. And I have to respect that. I like that. And yes, from this 5-game stretch where we played Leverkusen, Aston Villa, Eintracht Frankfurt, and Stuttgart and Barcelona, this is like a 5-game mini test for him. We only came away with 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses. The football overall across the 5 games was good. But today, specifically in this Barcelona game, Kompany's ego did not allow him to instruct his players to be a little bit conservative at times. He could not concede that. And I really think it's an ego thing. You know, Kompany is coming in with a chip on his shoulder, was sacked at Burnley. He's known as the sacked championship manager at Bayern. He has a chip on his shoulder. I really do think he does. But that is coming to his detriment because I really think if Bayern adopted a slight, just not even a fully conservative Thomas Tuchel, you know, Tucheliban style conservative football, if you were just more conservative in a couple more phases of the game, you negate a lot of problems for you would negate a lot of problems for yourself, Kompany. Because I'm sorry, guys. Kim Min-jae and Upamecano, yes, we conceded 4. They were Bayern's best players today, along with Alphonso Davies. They were. But because Kompany is putting so much trust into them and putting them under so much pressure constantly, you will get games like this where no matter how well they do, things are always just going to go for Barcelona today. And today, they were clinical as hell, and Rafinha had 2 fantastic finishes today. 2 fantastic finishes. I do maintain Barcelona's second goal, in my opinion, was a foul. I really don't see how that's not a foul. He gets stiff-armed in the back, Kim Min-jae by Fermin, and the play continues. It's a foul, in my opinion. It's always a foul, and I'm just shocked that it was given, but it is what it is. In the overall context of the game, Barcelona over 90 minutes was superior to Bayern. They were just better. Their defense was better. The midfield battle was pretty close, and their attack was better. In defense and attack, they were just better. The midfield was contested, right? Because Bayern has Kimmich, Palhinha, Musiala came on. We have guys that can compete with super technical players like Pedri, Casado, Gavi when he came on, Olmo when he came on, all those guys. We have players who could compete with them. But today, Barcelona were just so clinical and absolutely dunked on Bayern. And Kompany, man, I really think his ego is what caused this loss today because you just have to be a little bit more conservative. We cannot be attacking the whole time. Kompany, we have to introduce phases of the game where we try to counter. Now, that's easy to say against this Barca team and the way Hansi Flick gets his team to play. When they're in attack and they get their bodies forward, they're dangerous. But because Hansi Flick's team works so freaking hard, when you go to counter, those kids from La Masia and Pedri and all those guys, Balde, they're all rushing back like their lives depend on it, like they're going to be deported to wherever they came from, put back into the streets of Spain if they don't run back. And it makes countering actually very hard against this Barca team. So I'm just in awe of Barcelona because when I was watching Barcelona today, guys, I'm literally getting flashbacks to 2020 Bayern. Hansi Flick's 2020 Bayern sextuple team. And in the 2021 season. I'm literally getting flashbacks of Hansi Flick's Bayern. Because that's what it is. It's almost the exact same philosophy, but what you're getting now with Barcelona, now, with this team, compared to that Bayern team, you have the wealth, the resources of the best technical players in the world from your academy, from who are already in your squad. And you guys, I told you at the beginning of the season, this was going to be dangerous for Europe with Hansi Flick at Barca. I was genuinely scared when Hansi Flick was announced as Barca manager. This is exactly why. And you guys, against Real Madrid this weekend, don't be surprised if Barcelona drop 3 goals. I really would not be surprised if Barcelona dominate Real Madrid because this Barca team, this is a fucking team, dude. This is an amazing team. Best team in the world. Hansi Flick, best manager in the world. Lamine Yamal, amazing. Rafinha, amazing. Lewandowski did what he had to do, was kind of quiet, but he did his thing today, got his goal. Pedri, unplayable. Pedri today for me was Rafinha scored the goals. For me, Pedri was Barca's man of the match. That guy, when he's on form, unfreaking playable. Top 5 midfielder in the world, if not the best midfielder in the world. He's absolutely insane. And for Bayern, I back Kompany, but this is a lesson, Kompany. This is a lesson. Now for the Champions League, for the future, we got Aston Villa away and Barca away, out of the way, 2 L's. It is what it is. Our next game is at home against Benfica. You need to win that game, Kompany and Bayern, and we need to get a ball rolling in the league phase and get these points racking up. Because right now, we're like 23rd place in the league phase with 1 win. Now, the only big test we have left in the Champions League is PSG, but we're at home. At home, we have to win. We have to win against PSG. This PSG team is not is nowhere near the level of this Barca team. So we should be able to beat PSG at home. So I'm not too worried about that game, actually. But now, Bayern, we got to get the ball rolling. We got to get the ball rolling. Let's get to my match ratings. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm just gonna do it Faisal style. If you watch Faisal, I like how he does. He just pulls up a Google Doc and he goes player by player. So let's start in goal. Neuer. Wow, you guys, I do think Bayern fans have been overly critical of Manuel Neuer this season, but I can genuinely say here this was a Neuer disaster class. This was a Manuel Neuer disaster class, and for that Neuer, I have to give you 1/10. I have to give you 1/10. Neuer, that was not good. You didn't even make any saves. This was a certified, very rare and certified Manuel Neuer disaster class. It was. So Neuer, 1/10. Guerreiro, I always struggle with freaking writing his name. Guerreiro, whatever. Guerreiro was kind of quiet. Had a moment where people were calling for a penalty when he megged Inigo Martinez in Barca's box in the first half. But Guerreiro, again, he was just... I do think he's good. Obviously, you have to cut him some slack because Guerreiro isn't naturally a right back. He is a left back. He's a left midfielder. He's a left center mid playing at right back. So you have to cut him some slack. But Guerreiro, man, it just wasn't good enough. I have to go 4/10 for Guerreiro. You know, and attacking wise, he just wasn't there. Didn't do that well under the pressure today. So Guerreiro, I have to go 4/10. Upamecano. Now, automatically, the max score I give Upamecano and Kim Min-jae is 7/10. Largely because, if anything, if what I'm mad about the most about Upamecano and Kim Min-jae is how out of position they were and how high they were on the first goal. The other goals, fine. Whatever. It happens. That first goal, you should not be so high. You really shouldn't 1 minute into the game. And for that, you know, Upamecano, besides that, had a good game. Almost blocked Rafinha's goal. That third goal Barca scored, it just unluckily went through his legs. I have to go Upamecano. I have to go 6/10 because, bro, Upamecano was great going out of the back today. His passing was great. He won about 99% of his duels. Upamecano won about 99% of his duels. And for Kim, I think he was fouled for that second goal for Barca. But outside of that, Kim was great today. I have to go 6.5/10 for Kim. Alphonso Davies. Now, Alphonso Davies, this is the only guy that's going to get 7/10 today. Alphonso Davies was solid. Lamine Yamal cooked him twice, but outside of that, he kept his position well. He utilized his recovery pace well to get us out of dangerous positions a couple times. He was good passing out of the back. He was dangerous going forward. Alphonso Davies was Bayern's best player on the pitch today, 7/10. Into midfield, Palhinha. Palhinha, whatever. The thing with Palhinha is because Barcelona actually ended up just playing over the top balls and exposing us like that, Palhinha didn't really actually have he didn't actually have much work to do. Because what we would have wanted to use him for is to block space on counterattacks, make tackles, disrupt them when they're trying to counter. Palhinha didn't really have to do much because they're just playing over the top ball. So Palhinha, I have to give him 5/10. I mean, I can't give him any higher. You know, he was kind of iffy at times. He had a big chance in the second half. He should have done better on, but 5/10 for Palhinha. And I think for Kimmich, usually he's played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, the past 5, 6 games against Barcelona, Kimmich was like man of the match, one of the best players on the field. Today, again, it was a pretty even battle in midfield. I think Kimmich today 6/10, but yeah, it wasn't his best performance. But what are you gonna do? Like, it was a pretty evenly contested battle in midfield, in my opinion. Into the attack, Olise. You know, when Olise gets the ball, I really do think he's onto something. He is dangerous. He just hasn't been assertive enough the last couple of days. He's been a little bit hesitant to take players on, take shots, put crosses into the box. He hasn't been that selfish, and I need him to be a little more selfish. Olise, I have to go 4/10, really. He didn't really do anything. Too passive. Thomas Muller, to show him respect, bro, I'll put the umlaut. Thomas Muller, what am I doing? Thomas Muller. Again, really, Muller didn't really do anything. He had the cross for Kane's offsides goal, so that was a great cross from him. He stayed onside. Kane's kneecap was offside. But again, really nothing much from Muller. I have to go 4 out of 10. I mean, it wasn't a great performance. And Gnabry, he got the assist for Kane's goal. I'd give him 6 out of 10. I think Gnabry is really getting overhated here. Gnabry definitely does more than Coman and Sané. That's why he starts. So Gnabry really wasn't that bad. When he got the ball, when he was getting space, he was, attacking Koundé. It's hard to go 1v1 with Koundé. He is the best right back defensively in the world. He's fucking a rock. So Gnabry, 6 out of 10. And then Harry Kane, I have to go, and I'm not going to do this subs. I'm not going to, maybe I'll do Musiala, but Kane, got the goal. So he gets a 6 out of 10, but outside of the goal, wasn't really doing anything. And, the subs, really not much impact. Musiala came on and tried to do his thing, but a lot to take away for Bayern. What's good about this, and what I always reiterate when we're in the first half of the season, I'd much rather lose 4-1 now against Barcelona than say if we draw Barcelona in April next year in a quarterfinal or round of 16. I'd much rather us lose 4-1 now, learn from this, and then be more prepared for the off chance we do play Barcelona in the knockout stage, say, hypothetically. But all this depends on Kompany. Can you go now, realize your ego is getting the best of you, and you don't have to always dominate every single minute of every single match? You guys, good game. The overall football game itself, you guys, this is a great game of football. Bayern versus Barcelona, 2 teams going at it. This was football. Insult Bayern all you want. They always bring it. They always come to play. And they will never try to make a game boring, unlike certain teams. City, Real Madrid, Arsenal. Just saying. So great game from 2 of the best teams in the world. Barcelona, respect, congrats. If anything, guys, Barcelona is kind of my second team this year because I want Hansi Flick to succeed so much at Barca because of the disrespect he was getting after the Germany job. I really, Barca, let's go, bro. I really think you guys can make the Champions League final. Bayern, disgusting performance. Let's learn from it. Here we go, guys. Bayern, Barca, great game. It's been Okage Puya. Like, subscribe. Peace.